Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 6.
A day to reflect and remember those that lost their lives protecting our freedom. On this beautiful May day, many of you may be enjoying a barbecue right now or just returned from a day at the lake or shopping. But on this Memorial Day 2018, Valley News Team's Rose Itzkowitz speaks with many veterans who tell us why the day is more of a remembrance and less of a celebration.
Two of Dan Gwynn's grandparents served in World War II.
My grandfathers fought for this country and fought for other countries to help keep them free, and it needs to be remembered.
And many say that's what this day is all about.
Memorial Day isn't just a 3-day weekend. I ask everyone here today to stop and take a moment and thank the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Memorial Day is not a day of celebration. It's a memorial to memorialize the veterans that have died, for all veterans that have passed away. And we're remembering them today, one day out of the whole year.
The sacrifices people have made to make this a country in which we're all proud, a country in which we have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to do many things in the world that not able to do.
It was a packed crowd on this hot May morning, which may be explained by the fact that Fargo has the highest percentage of military service members in the state, according to an insurance website's data.
We really do get a lot of people down here, and whether it's here at the Civic Center, if it's raining, people do remember this as a day to remember and honor those veterans.
And while Dan Gwynn says he's remembering his grandfathers on this Memorial Day, it's also about remembering our history.
We're very well aware that all the things we have here as Americans that make us prosperous and comfortable, we're not free. It's people that paid a big price to give these things to us, and if we forget that, if we forget our history, we don't deserve it.
In Fargo, Rose Itzkowitz, Valley News Live.
The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that there are more than 46,000 veterans living in North Dakota. That's about 8% of the state's population. In Minnesota, there are more than 361,000 vets in the state, making up 7% of the state's population. Veterans from across the Red River Valley recently had the red carpet rolled out for them in Washington, D.C. Part of their brief stint in our nation's capital included a police escort for a day of touring memorials and monuments. And tonight on Valley News Live at 10, we invite you to join us on the bus as we zigzag around the streets of D.C. and see other ways that our veterans were warmly welcomed. We have an update tonight on the Veterans Cemetery that's planned in Harwood, North Dakota. The cemetery now should be ready by this October, about 6 months ago. We were told the federal project may not open until a year later than planned, but now we're told everything is back on schedule. A VFW convention will be held at the future cemetery location on County Highway 20. That's this Thursday at 4 in the afternoon. It's going to include a visit from a representative from Fort Snelling to give folks more information as the project moves forward. It's been nearly 8 years in the making, but there is progress to report on the first Veterans Memorial Park in Grand Forks. After a long process of picking a location and securing funding, officials say a year from today, the Veterans Memorial Park in Grand Forks will be open. Next week, sidewalks are expected to be put in. Currently, there's a Navy ship anchor on the plot of land just north of Columbia Mall.
It makes me feel great that we've finally been able to put it together and get the outstanding support from the community that we're getting. And there have been a lot of agencies that have really been beneficial to us, and they're still supporting us today.
And they are still raising money for the park. They have memorial stones that you can donate in honor of a veteran for $200 each. We have a link on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com. It's been a warm and windy Memorial Day, and for some, there's been some stormy activity out there. Let's get the very latest on what's happening and what's to come tonight from Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, right now, generally quiet across the region. Temperatures ranging from the low 70s to the low 90s, right in between 87 here in Fargo, 90 in Wahpeton, 91 Sisseton, 73 cool degrees into the Valley City area. It has been a breezy to windy day out there. Those winds primarily out of the north and east. They'll be shifting around to the south overnight tonight, continuing through the day tomorrow. A bit of cloudiness, and underneath those clouds, some showers and earlier had some thunderstorms. Those have since weakened. Just a few showers making their way through Hillsborough. Up towards the Crookston area, if it holds together, you may see a few sprinkles. Valley City with those sprinkles in the area. That is lowering your temperatures in your neck of the woods. Going to show you the first 2 days of that 7-day forecast. Stormy weather continues through your Tuesday and Wednesday, but beyond that, how's it looking? We'll let you know coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll look forward to that, Robert. Thanks. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. Police are still trying to hunt down a suspect in a stabbing in South Fargo. It happened yesterday near I-29 and 13th Avenue South. The victim was taken to the hospital but was expected to be okay. Officers brought in a canine to try and search the area and did not locate the suspect. Officials believe that the incident was not a random attack. Anyone with info about the incident is asked to contact local law enforcement. A Canadian man was expected to be okay after a rollover on I-94 this morning. It happened near Barnesville. Police say a car left the road, went into the median, and then rolled. One of the passengers, Christopher Olford from Alberta, was taken to Essentia in Moorhead with minor injuries. The driver and another passenger were not hurt. We now know the name of a man killed in a motorcycle crash in Richland County, North Dakota. 44-year-old Randolph Roeder of Hankinson was traveling on Highway 11 near Lidgerwood when he failed to negotiate a right-hand curve, entered a ditch where the motorcycle rolled. Roeder, who was not wearing a helmet, was thrown from the motorcycle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are reminding drivers to be extra cautious about motorcycles. When bikes slow down, they don't always use their brakes, so you might not see their taillights. If you're behind or next to a motorcycle, pay a little extra attention while behind the wheel. In 2016, over 80% of all reported motorcycle crashes resulted in injury or death in North Dakota. Spending summertime at the lake doesn't mean you have to give up your healthy habits. Health and wellness coaches say it's all about taking time to prepare before you head out. Fresh fruits and veggies are easy to pick up and have out instead of chips or cookies. Exercise can be done with lake toys like paddle boards or canoes. And if you'd like some delicious and healthy recipes for this summer season, go to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Some students in Minnesota carried on with their end of the school year tradition. They drove their tractors to school. It's for the farm kids and has been around for about 8 years. Anyone can take part, but it falls on seniors' last day or class before graduation. The Future Farmers of America chapter organizes the event, and the soon-to-be graduates enjoyed bringing in their farm equipment for all of Main Street to see. The tradition reflects the pride in the state's agricultural roots. A Voyageurs National Park quarter could end up in your wallet soon. It's being released into circulation 2 weeks from today. The commemorative quarter shows a loon with a rock cliff in the background. The U.S. Mint will have 2 ceremonies on Thursday, June 14th to celebrate its release. One of those is going to be in International Falls. The quarter is part of a collection of 58 commemorative coins that highlights America's national parks. There are more Memorial Day happenings to come later on Valley News Live at 6. What makes this year's event at Fort Snelling different from others? But up next, after a brief stop today in the FM area, we'll hit the road to find out how far a motorcycle patriot tour has traveled.